Why did Ripple visit the White House on Friday? Well, because President Trump signed the first federal bill relating to cryptocurrency into law after it passed. As we go into this most recent XRP Insider Hot Jam, I will explain why this is great for XRP in particular. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, regrettably missed this one. He was unable to attend. I'll give you an update on everything that has happened on this specific subject, but there will be more in the future. Regardless of your political stance, I don't care about the outcome of the most recent election. For this channel, it doesn't matter if you were on the left or the right. It doesn't matter if we have different political views. We can all be friends here, right? I will only discuss politics as it relates to the economy, finance, and most importantly, cryptocurrency and XRP. And it is undeniably true that all of us here will have larger net worths in the cryptocurrency space as a result of how that election turned out. We are all privileged to have this. Given how this election transpired, the end of the war on cryptocurrency, and the current favorability of XRP, if anything, it will be significantly higher. What a blessing in every way. And consider how our XRP community has endured so much hardship for almost 5 years, and now we're on the other side of this. And now we have tailwinds instead of headwinds? Absolutely. I do want to be clear, though, before continuing. I have no financial experience. I'm not giving you financial advice, and you should never buy or sell anything based on what I say, okay? I'm merely a hobbyist who likes to create YouTube videos about crypto-related subjects for enjoyment. Okay, so here is Stuart Alderoty's post. Naturally, he serves as Ripple's chief legal officer and top in-house attorney. He's in the center right there, grinning gorgeously. Where are your teeth? When someone smiles without exposing their teeth, I don't trust them. I'll trust you, Stuart Alderoty. I'm joking. However, he writes here, I was honored to attend the signing ceremony of the Genius Act into law at the White House. This is the most forward-thinking administration we've ever seen, as promised. The floodgates have opened, and everything is pro-crypto in America, the biggest capital market on the whole freaking planet. So I'm not sure if you guys comprehend the absurd amount of money that's flooding into crypto. To be clear, even if you don't reside in the United States, this is fantastic for you. The volume of money coming in and a specific proportion of it is unquestionably going to XRP. It is already actively making its way there. I can't stress enough how much this is going to change our lives. Indeed, if the election had gone the other way, cryptocurrency markets would still have increased. Not like this at all. Additionally, the quantity of money coming in from businesses and institutions. Do you believe that XRP is being used as a treasury reserve asset by all of these publicly traded corporations that have recently made those statements? If Trump hadn't won, do you think these publicly traded corporations would have taken that action? It goes without saying that they would not have. I'm all for crypto. On that, we can all agree. Your political views are irrelevant to me. If you're being intellectually honest, we can all agree on that. Stuart Alderoty posted that, and then Brad Garlinghouse reposted it after that. Team Ripple is celebrating a historic day for crypto at the White House, he added. I'm sad I couldn't attend in person, but I'm still celebrating virtually. All right, Garlinghouse Brad. He must have been engaged in some absurdly significant task. I mean, you'll never forget the recollection of him not being at the White House when he had the opportunity to be there. What is he doing that is more significant if he is not present? Does XRP have a role in this? I'm hoping the response is yes. Or he couldn't make it because he had the sniffles. I'm not sure. However, look at this. And here, this is a big deal. The first federal statute ever passed in the US that dealt with cryptocurrency. This is the headline then. Trump's historic stroke of genius heralds an exciting new chapter in the history of cryptocurrency. One day after it cleared the House, President Trump hailed the exciting new frontier of cryptocurrency on Friday when he signed a historic bill to regulate it. Thus, on Friday, the law was approved. In fact, I may have misspoken earlier. And now that I think about it, I might have phrased that wrongly if I did. So here you have it. He posted this on July 18th. Wait, it was Friday. Oh no. All right, I got that right. Here, my dates were becoming confused in my mind. Anyway, the piece goes on from there. The $250 billion stablecoin market is regulated under the Genesis Act, the first significant piece of legislation about digital currency. Because stablecoins' value is based on other assets, such as the dollar, they are thought to be a reasonably safe kind of cryptocurrency. 206 Republicans and 102 Democrats voted in favor of the plan, which was approved by the House on Thursday. So, there you have it, people. Although I'm happy that more Democrats are joining the party, most Democrats still oppose cryptocurrency. Given the absence of an anti-crypto voter bloc, how foolish are these individuals to be anti-crypto? What are you doing? You're not even benefiting from it. You're not benefiting from it. Additionally, being anti-crypto is hurting customers. It's hurting all your constituents. Therefore, there is a pro-crypto voter bloc, and you are blatantly ignoring us, like me and everyone else who is listening to this channel, who is knowledgeable about and familiar with cryptocurrency. You are alienating all of us by unjustifiably opposing cryptocurrency because you wish to politicize it. Just for the sake of making it politicized, you're doing it. Crypto has nothing intrinsically partisan about it. There simply isn't. You stupid sticks, stop it. Don't do that anymore. We'll get there, I know, but gosh, they are clearly much more likely to be pro-crypto, just like the younger Democrats, and I commend them for that. They are deserving of praise. However, the majority of Democrats, particularly the others, are still simply saying, nope. They simply refuse to do it. You know, it's so obviously biased. A few elderly Republicans are also present, but they are all still in favor of cryptocurrency. Therefore, age alone cannot account for this. It's becoming politicized. In any case, peace endures. We put in a lot of effort. The Genius Act is a highly significant act. In the White House's East Room, the president remarked, "They named it after me. I wish to express my gratitude. This is an incredible act." And once more, the president said that. I want to share just a few key bullet points here, the White House said on its website, and this will get right to the point. Naturally, it summarizes what this accomplishes, protecting consumers. However, if you own XRP, this is an important lesson to remember. This is significant as Ripple has a stablecoin. By now, all of you may have heard about it. December saw its launch. RLUSD is the ticker symbol for Ripple's stablecoin. Additionally, XRP is needed for every RLUSD that has been issued on the XRP ledger. RLUSD could not exist on the XRP ledger without XRP due to the way the XRP ledger is constructed. More significantly, XRP is necessary for each and every RLUSD transaction that is recorded on the XRP ledger. That's how it works as a gas token. Therefore, a small amount of XRP gets burned with every transaction for any asset, including RLUSD, XRP itself, or anything else that is tokenized. That slightly increases XRP's scarcity, but it does. Additionally, it makes it abundantly evident that XRP is here to stay. Because if you're interested in diversifying and investing in cryptocurrency, and you know that RLUSD is becoming more and more popular, and that XRP is functionally useful, and that RLUSD on the XRP ledger requires XRP, don't you think that's just one more thing that will increase the likelihood that you'll invest in XRP as you diversify? The answer, in my opinion, is undoubtedly yes. This increases the likelihood that RLUSD will be implemented. By protecting customers, it increases the likelihood that XRP will be used for every transaction on the XRP ledger. This is why it immediately affects XRP. However, there are other things that also indirectly help us. I was referring to it in the previous section of this video. Because of all of this, there will be a larger cryptocurrency pie and more money moving into the market, some of which will end up in XRP. Look at this then. Here are just a few bullet points that I would like to convey. The Genius Act improves our national security, strengthens the US dollar's reserve currency status, and places a high priority on consumer protection. That's true, but I'll halt here to mention that they actually go into more detail in one of these bullet points, which I'll get to in a moment. Thus, just as RLUSD is supported by both the dollar and US Treasury bonds. Thus, it is literally supported by American debt. The US dollar's status as the global reserve currency is therefore assured. This accomplishes it. Therefore, it makes sense that the Fed would support it. It should go without saying. This ensures it. This does. They write, let me go down a little bit. After that, with strict reserve requirements, this long overdue law establishes the first ever federal regulatory framework for stablecoins, guaranteeing their stability and credibility. In addition to requiring issuers to publicly disclose the reserve composition every month, the Genius Act mandates that 100% of reserves be backed by liquid assets, like as short-term treasuries or US dollars. There we have it. Furthermore, I haven't yet investigated it. Tether has been dubious, but I'm not sure whether they've made their plans to address this public. They've been acting very shadily for their entire lives. But I'm not claiming they're breaking any laws because I don't have any evidence of it. They object to being audited in public. I have no idea how they will react to this. Perhaps they have. I must say that I haven't Googled it, so perhaps the information is already available. I don't claim to be an expert, though. Actually, though, I'm fascinated now, so after watching this movie, I'll investigate it. However, they have been quite dishonest, such as simply refusing to disclose the precise foundations of the Tether stablecoin. Then they come up with these nonsense justifications, such as proprietary. We don't wish to describe our methods. Shut the hell up, I say. All we're talking about is you demonstrating your support. That won't destroy your company plan. It's foolish. Stop it. Ripple is doing it. Circle was doing it already. Why don't you do it? Simply put, Tether, hurry up. I simply find myself wondering what the devil has been happening for all these years. I'll still be thinking, why the hell weren't you just transparent? If everything is in order, which I really hope is the case, because this is all illogical. It's absurd. Anyway, let's go on to the following bullet point. Strict marketing regulations must be followed by stablecoin issuers in order to shield customers from dishonest tactics. Importantly, they are prohibited from falsely claiming that their stablecoins are legal money, federally insured, or supported by the US government. The Genius Act ensures equitable and uniform regulation across the nation by conforming to state and federal stablecoin frameworks. The Genius Act provides a last line of defense for consumer protection if a stablecoin issuer becomes insolvent by giving stablecoin holders claims precedence over those of all other creditors. And that's wonderful. And just consider that. The majority of Democrats voted against it, and it improves consumer protections. That protection is not what they want for you. They oppose the use of cryptocurrency. Why? For reasons. All they want to do is oppose everything that Trump stands for. It's just absurd. And then there's this. It's Brian Armstrong. Naturally, he serves as Coinbase's CEO and co-founder. The White House is in front of him. He added an unreal moment. The first government crypto bill was just signed into law by President Trump, marking the beginning of a new era for stablecoins in the cryptocurrency space. We're dedicated to meeting the White House's target of September 30th, and the market structure will come next. That's going to be a big one, people. If a bill about market structure is approved at the federal level, the possibilities are endless. Widen up. Widen up. There must be more money coming in. That's the exact outcome, I assure you. And the reason for this is the outcome of this election. My net worth is significantly larger now than it would be otherwise, and for that, I am quite grateful. Additionally, it will be significantly higher in the future than it would have been if events had gone differently. And for that, I am just grateful. What your politics are, I don't care. Just be intellectually honest and acknowledge that this is beneficial for you if you're interested in cryptocurrency or anything else. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is unquestionably true. This just makes me very happy. It's simply good. What a wonderful moment to live. The crypto world is in a great moment. Like everyone else listening, we were present. I'm aware that some attendees will be completely unfamiliar with cryptocurrency. In that case, welcome to the group. I realize that the majority of you listening were here before this, so congrats on beating almost every company and person on the planet to cryptocurrency. It may be absolutely insane at times. You were here first, so you won. Bravo, and congratulations to you. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I write or say should influence you to buy or sell anything. That is a really, really awful idea.